Welcome to the Good Karma Sportfishing Podcast. I'm your host, Captain Ryan Van Fleet. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So I'm super excited to announce something that's been in the works for quite some time now. But before I announce it, I just want to kind of give a little bit of history that's going to lead into it. So years ago, we created the Good Karma Sportfishing App. And the original intent behind the app was for it to be more community-based, someplace that you could show some fishing pictures, talk in depth about, your catch, some collaboration, more insight on fishing, okay? And most importantly, fun, okay? Most importantly, fun. But along the way, we found out that the app was extremely challenging. There's just so much that goes into the integration for what we wanted to do. And I just didn't want to turn it into some technology-based app. I really did not. It's because I do believe that with AI and all this technology, spot finding, it's really out of control. And what happens is that you're losing, honestly, I'm seeing guys losing their way, meaning that they're relying too much on tech, okay? An app, AI. I'm like, AI based, where are you going to be on certain tides? I want to share a quick story here that just happened over the weekend, okay? That's going to lead into everything. What the core fundamental of why I created the communities. Anytime you're fishing, it's all good. Jeff Perez, one of my very first podcast listeners. He's been in the communities for several years. Good Karma Fishing Rigging Crew. He's participated in a lot of the courses. And over the years, Jeff has become a very good angler. Okay, so he charter fishes with me, and then he does a lot of shore fishing, bridge fishing. He's really become in tune with tides, making the best of his time. Most importantly, making the most out of your time based on conditions. This past weekend, Jeff was participating in the Salt Strong tournament over in Marco Island for snook. Okay, it was a fun tournament. Very cool, bringing all the guys together to do this. It was a land base. You could be fishing anywhere, okay? And boats. Several of the anglers participated were in boats. Jeff was going to participate from his kayak. But with all the things that Jeff's learned over the years is to make the most out of your time, okay? And evaluate the weather. Get a little intel before you go. And the one thing about that area that Jeff was going to fish is that this time of year for the next 3 to 4 weeks, the fish like to get tucked up on the beaches and they like to get tucked into the bridges. So the shore fishermen over there kick ass when it comes to snook this time of year. And you'll see most of the guys in the boats that are tucked into the bridges where the guys are fishing for snook. So Jeff was going to take his kayak. He did all his homework. And we had a little low that set in here over the past weekend, which brought a lot of rain. And we also had a moon, okay? Which means the fishing is going to be, during the day, it's going to be challenging. So Jeff decided to ditch his kayak, and he scouted some areas, but he was still going to go fishing. Anytime you're fishing is all good. It's all good, okay? So he drove over. He lives in South Miami. He drove over to Marco because he still wanted to participate in the tournament and go fishing. So he found a place, and it's a good spot, and he decided he was just going to give it a shot. And by land, he ditched his kayak, saw the weather, looked at the moons, did everything, did his homework on the area and how the fish, how it happens over there this time of year. And it happens like that for a few weeks. So he ended up winning the tournament from land with a winning snook. Okay? Won. And anytime you're fishing, it's all good. Common sense. Which leads me, and before I get on, Jeff just had a new baby. He hasn't been able to get out and fish and much. He's got the youngster at home, and he's helping his wife, so it's just a lot. So Jeff really wanted to just go have a good time, get out, and just enjoy being out. And boom, he wins the tournament. Okay? Competing against boat guys, not using any apps on where to be at certain times. He just used common sense as far as his planning. Wins the tournament. Okay? That's what fishing guides do. That's what they do. A really good fishing guide, a really good one. So, and a really good tournament angler. So he used the mindset and wins. So congratulations, Jeff, on everything. So that's pretty damn cool. Okay. So which leads me in to where we're at today with Good Karma Sport Fishing. We have been looking for a platform where we could do things that we wanted to do with the app, but do it online, on the web. I didn't want to use any sort of social platforms for this. I just wanted it to be an area that you could come in that was controlled. It's rule-based for interactive fishing. It's like, it's an interactive, it's what's the word for it? It's everything I wanted. I wanted it to be interactive, community-based fishing, based on celebration, based on collaboration, insights, and most importantly, having fun. Anytime you're fishing, it's all good. This isn't a spot for saying that you don't need fluorocarbon line. It's worthless. This isn't a spot for not testing, anything like that. This is for you guys to come in and share your experiences. And also, too, I'm going to be layering in some special stuff into this, okay? So I'm super excited about it because this is what I feel is missing out there. There's not going to be any rage baiting to get you to click and argue about baits or anything like that. I just want a place where people can come and share and talk about fishing, okay? Now, I originally wanted to do something like this for the app, but it just didn't happen. It's just too much integration, and I didn't want it to be too techy, okay? And I saw the way things were going out there. I was just, I think that fishing is losing its way, and people are relying too much on AI apps. And I think what it really comes down to is human connection. It comes to like the communities, no matter where you're at. Okay. Now, last December, I started the Good Karma Sportfishing Patreon group, and we are very happy with the way that Patreon is working. Okay. So we have decided to create this platform that we always wanted to do for several years within the Patreon group, the Good Karma Sport Fishing Patreon group. And it's called the Leader's Edge. Okay. And it's just, like I said, the things that we have planned, I can't really share, but it's something cool. Okay. So, like I said, we created it for an interactive fish. It's an interactive fishing community, and with some other stuff. And if you want to go, what's going to happen is in the show notes, we're going to have the link, and you can go through and read about it. And rules are subject to change as usual, because there needs to be rules, and that's just how life works and how fishing works. So all anglers are welcome. It's only for recreational anglers, okay? So it's for recreational anglers to participate, come in and share. Okay, there's no self-promotion or anything like that. There's no coming in and selling stuff, no lure sponsors. It's just a place where you can come in and interact. And yeah, so if there are lure manufacturers in there, there'll be rules around like selling and all that other good stuff. So we're super excited, and anyone can participate. Anytime you're fishing, it's all good, okay? Regardless of where you fish. Bridge fishing. I got a lot to talk about with bridge fishing, including some stuff that I just recently found out that is very cool. Kayak, lake, river, ocean, boat. I do not care. Anytime you're fishing, it's all good. I love freshwater fishing a lot. I don't get to do it much. I haven't done it in several years, but my heart is still there, okay? Because that's how I grew up, okay? And that's what a majority of my friends still do that live up north, and clients, okay? We always talk about crappie fishing. We're always talking about all this stuff. And you'd be surprised of what we're doing now in what I'm doing now as far as some of the freshwater stuff that I've correlated into using into my programs that are catching mutton snappers, wahoos. So it's just pretty cool. Now, it's open to all the Patreon members, And like I said, we've got a link in the show notes for you guys that you can go in, read, and get involved in. We do not sell your email addresses at all, okay? You will be put on a mailing list to receive the Good Karma Sportfishing updates, and that's it. So, and what's going on, like what you'll get is the updates, what's happening with the Leader's Edge. You'll get updates what's happening with Good Karma Sportfishing as I announce different stuff that we're planning to do this year for clients and for our groups, as far as the rigging crew, then we've got the Angler's Edge, which is the best spot finding community out there right now. Honestly, that doesn't use, like, we're not using AI, we're not using apps. I am showing you exactly how to find areas with good bottom so you can stay ahead of the tech. Okay? When the tech comes around, you guys are already going to be ahead. The guys that are applying what I'm teaching are winning. It's really up to the individual. If you don't apply what you learn, or if you're like, it doesn't seem to be working for me just one time, or it's really up to the individual. And the guys that are really listening and applying it are catching fish, nice fish, and they're doing it consistently. So they're listening, they're applying. So they don't let the ego get in the way. I think the ego is like, that's a lot of the things that tie into fishing now. It's become very what I see out there is there's like a lot of gambling. There's a lot of with fishing. There's a lot of judgment out there. There's just a lot, and I think guys are getting trapped into their phones and participating in this stuff. And when you participate in rage baiting and all this other stuff, then you're going to find yourself losing your way in fishing as well. So I really just believe that, hence why I don't participate in discussions, and when I do, it's all good. So that's just how I'm wired and how I am now. So I have evolved. I see what's happening out there, so I really want, and I see guys that are interacting, and I just, so I want this to be a good spot where you can pick up stuff and you can learn. Okay, so there's rules on posting. It's no bragging. There's no AI allowed, because we can detect AI with the format that we have. So I do not believe in having somebody write a post using AI, because you're losing your sense of way when you do that. Because when you start once and then you get out there to go fishing, there's going to be a generic AI app that's going to be there for you, and then you're not going to catch. You're not. Might catch once, and that's going to be when everybody else is catching. But if you're relying on that junk, you are doomed, and then you might as well fall into the matrix. So, okay, so that's all I got. Super stoked. We got a lot going on with Good Karma Sport Fishing. I'll talk about that in another time here, but that's what I wanted to talk about today. Like I said, we have all the information in the show notes. And you can follow me on Instagram, because we'll post some stuff in the stories about it on Good Karma Sportfishing _FL_Keys. And we also have a Facebook page that I've decided I wanted to kind of bring that back a little bit. Post the stuff that's away from Instagram and Facebook for folks that just don't want to deal with Instagram. So, and there's a lot of that. And of course, we've got the YouTube, Good Karma Sportfishing YouTube channel. And we're doing a little bit different format. If you're looking to get the intel on what I'm doing on the charters, we have voiceover that we call it behind the scenes with Good Karma Sportfishing, and I'm layering in nuggets of what I'm actually doing on there. So if you'd like to purchase those are available through the Patreon site, and we're releasing a new one here on mutton snapper and red grouper drifting. I walk you through my process of adjusting the drags. I walk you through the process of current, and that is through the voiceover. Okay, that is not available. You can watch the video on YouTube all you want, but it's the behind the scenes is where you're going to get information, and that will be available for purchase on the Patreon side as well. Now, the Leader's Edge is free, And we want you guys to get involved because it's just, man, it's just it's going to be cool. And I want to do some other stuff. I'm doing some other stuff with it, but I'm not going to share. So when we do share, it's going to happen right away. So, but that's all I got, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you're looking to book a charter this fall, you can email me at goodkarmaryan@gmail.com. And remember, anytime you're fishing, it's all good.